solo. A G-man can't catch a steelhead fishing. Oh yeah. Let's go, you guys. Let's get a fish. G-man couldn't even catch a cold this year, man. A lot of fish in the river. A lot of swings and misses. It's time for us to start landing some fish. We landed one steelhead, one salmon, a bunch of trout, but I mean, come on. We've had so many bites this year and lost so many of them. Or swung and missed so many of them, for that matter. So, we're just going to keep on trying. Hopefully, we're going to get one for you guys. You never know. You just never know. All right. Mornings, fishy things. What's going on, man? Glad you could join us so early on a Thursday morning. Not a lot, just trying to get these freaking fish, man. You know how we fishing YouTubers do. Always trying to get a freaking fish, man. Yeah, I try to fish the beautiful spots, you know. I want people to be impressed with what the bodies of water looks like, you know. Yeah, when you walk with the Lord, you're right. What up, game with chill guy? Haha. Steelhead, y'all. Yeah, I'm trying to get a 2-pounder at this point. I mean, I'm trying to get anything. I mean, this steelhead season's been really good to me. What's up, Skeeter? He might be. I don't know yet. We'll have to wait and see how he acts on the chat, and we'll find out if he's a troll or not. We don't like trolls. But anywho, we're out here trying to get a decent fish here. Of course, any steelhead you catch is going to be pretty good size. Steelhead just aren't very small fish. They're really nice sized fish. So, trying to get them, y'all. Trying to get them. What's up? The fishing. That's what's up. Gotta rip some lips, you know. Yeah, we don't use bait. We use artificial flies and lures. Bait would be nice, but that's against the law here on the Deschutes River. Make sure you guys comment, like, subscribe, and share. For whatever reason, that lure does not want to stay straight this morning. Panther Martin, y'all. Panther Martin. Those are money for trout and steelhead and everything in between. It's just an inline spinner, y'all. That's all it is. Where we at? Background looks like, yeah, it definitely does look like a postcard, don't it? You were trolled once and almost famous, huh? Yeah. All of us YouTubers are almost famous. I don't know if we'll ever make it though. All of us fishing YouTubers, we're all almost famous. Don't know if we'll make it though, for sure. Film motion. We're in Oregon, man. We're in Oregon. The beautiful state of Oregon in the Pacific Northwest, man. Got some of the most beautiful sceneries in the world, man. We got mountains, we got streams, we got ocean lines, we got it all. I'm trying. That's one thing about steelhead fishing. You know how they say muskie's a fish of 10,000 casts, right? Well, steelhead's a fish of 1,000 to 10,000 casts, you know? Because anywhere between 1,000 to 10,000 casts, you're going to get bit. Thank you, I appreciate that. Pimping ain't easy, brother. That's right. Skeeter was going, oh, man. Rudd, what's gone? Thank you guys for joining us on this beautiful, beautiful Thursday morning, y'all. Whoa. Hitting the weeds behind me. Well, actually, I got a lot of willows behind me. I'll show you the willows. See all them willows? I'm trying to cast around all them willows so that I don't cause my reel to explode on me with a big old bird's nest, y'all. Thank y'all for joining us. We appreciate it for sure. Mr. and Mrs. Texas, what's going on? Glad you could join us this morning. Oh yeah, there's some good eating. We made some last Saturday. We made some steelhead sushi right here on the river. So if you guys ain't seen that stuff, go ahead and go check out that. We done it on live and in a short form, and we may all put out a video on that one too. So if you guys ain't seen the steelhead sushi catch and cook, well, cooking part anyways, y'all go check it out. And no, we didn't cook it because it's sushi. It's supposed to be served raw, y'all. So, but that's just what they call it, you know, when you're catching something and you eating it, you know. They call it catch and cook stuff. Fishy things, when you gonna do a catch and cook, man? Saving Grace, what's going on? Hey, Saving Grace, when you gonna do a catch and cook? Y'all go check out Fishy Things and Saving Grace. Man, they got some good content rolling on the live streams. Y'all should go check them out. For real. I do plenty of catch and cooks myself. Maybe not enough, but I feel like I do plenty of them. We're getting ready to do another catch and cook here pretty quick, and we'll actually cook the fish this next time around. In a secret spot? No. I mean, anybody in the world can come to this spot and just fish, you know. Doesn't mean you're gonna catch any fish, but anybody can come to this spot and fish. It's I mean, I got the highway right behind me, and I got the res highway right in front of me. So behind me is the Highway 26, and in front of me is the reservation highway. You guys, there ain't no secret spot me. I don't hide out. Yeah, catch and cooks are fire for sure. I hope I catch a fish too. It'd be nice. Nice. Sweet. Way to go, fishy things. That's good to hear. I wish mine would hit the top 100 hype videos. Not really. I mean, I'm good with the way my channel's going. You know, it's growing and doing what it needs to do for me to be successful. So I'm pretty happy with what's going on. I mean, I've been doing this for quite a while now, and I'm pretty happy. Finally got to 2,000 subs. You know. Nice. That's pretty sweet, Saving Grace. 500 subs. Nice. I remember when I got to 100 subs. It took me like 2 years to get to 100 subs, and I done a giveaway and a meet and greet for that one. I was so freaking happy to get that 100 subs. Man, I thought I was big time then. 100 subs, giveaway, and a meet and greet. That was pretty freaking cool. Yeah, I fish at night when I'm catfishing. You know, but that's about the only time we're allowed to in Oregon is to fish at night is when we're catfishing. I think there's a couple spots where they... Oh, I missed something. I hope you guys saw that hook set. I just had a nibble. Boop, 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 boop. But yeah, only time we can fish at night is when we're catfishing. And I think there's some spots where you're allowed to fish for brown trout at night, but don't quote me on that. I think there is. Jeremy, what's going on? Things. Could catch any fish. I don't know if I could catch any fish. You know, there's a lot of fish I'd love to catch. You know, I love to catch fish, and I'm not picky about them either, though. So I mean, I got some bucket list fish I want to eventually catch. Almost to 700 now. Sweet. Right on. Stay fishy, Redmond, Oregon. What's going on, man? Trying to get the decoy cookbook ready. I like that, Ron. Way to go, Ron. I would like to get to another 1,000 subscribers. I'm at 2,000 now. Another 1,000 subscribers will give me 3,000. But man, this going way up though. Since I hit 2,000 though, it's growing even faster because it seems like every time you hit a milestone, it starts to grow even faster. So we doing pretty good. Well, there's nothing you can do about that. Hey, an accidental trout is okay by me, even though we're not supposed to be fishing for them at night. We might get in trouble for accidentally catching a trout in the nighttime, but you know, it is what it is. I understand why they got all the laws and stuff, but it'd be something to see if a game warden gave you a ticket for accidentally catching a trout while you're catfishing at night. That'd be something. A lot of counts, huh? Well, right now the wind miles an hour is like maybe a half a mile right now. Yeah, I was looking at the wind forecast for today, Stay Fishy, in my area. It only said like 5 to 12 miles an hour with a potential of being up to 22 miles an hour. So I'm like, yeah, I'll take that chance any day of the week. It would be hard to regulate that for sure. But we don't have many places to go catfishing here in Central Oregon, though. So It's not like we're gonna go out catfishing every night, you know. I mean, the closest place for channel catfish is like 45 minutes to an hour away from me. So, and when the catfish are biting, it's too warm for the trout anyway. So, yeah, that's true, Ron. The more subs, the quicker the chat moves. Yeah, that's for sure. I see some of these guys, man, and they're like blowing up on 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 people commenting, and they can't keep up. So they kind of just answer them in the order they come, and they generally don't catch back up to their until the, well, maybe not even until the end, but a lot of times they don't even catch up to the amount of comments they got going on. John, what's going on? Luckily for me, I'm still small enough to where I don't get blown up. I mean, it has happened to where I've had to catch up a couple times. That's very true, Ron. Very true. I can't wait until that decoy cookbook gets out here, so we can share it with the world, man. Gonna switch out rods and lures, you know. Gonna switch them out. One of the things about me and steelhead fishing is what I do is I carry like 4 or 5 rods on me with 4 or 5 different techniques on, and then all I do is I just switch out rods. Now, if I feel like I need to change a different color lure, I will, or jig. But for the most part, I just switch out rods. Makes it easier, makes it quicker. I'm not always retying. So I'll have like 5 rods rigged up, 4 rods rigged up, and then I'll just switch out rods. Makes for a lot quicker fishing time. Like this one spot, I'll throw all 4 or 5 rods in it with 4 or 5 different things, and then I'll move to another spot. It may take me an hour to fish this hole out. Just really depends on how I'm feeling about the spot and if I feel like there's a fish that I potentially could catch. Because there's times where I fish a spot and I'm just not feeling it, and I move on pretty quick. Some people would say not to do that, and that's true. Don't do that, but not feeling it don't mean that you can't catch a fish in that spot. We've already been on here for almost 20 minutes. Wow. Where'd the time go? It's a pretty warm morning this morning. Still got a hoodie on, but it's pretty warm this morning, y'all. So on Tuesday, I hooked 3 fish and landed 1 trout. So it's not like it ain't productive, because it is productive. It's just landing all those bites that I've gotten has been kind of a struggle. I don't know why that is, but it is. Seems like some years everything that bite to get a good hook set on, and other years every bite that happens you might get a good hook set every 3 or 4 fish, maybe 5 fish, you know. You see the day when Alex was just reading. Well, I don't know if he's going to want to do that. He'd probably get tired and want to just start fishing. Or he wouldn't come fishing with me no more. That's always a possibility. This thing keeps popping up in the bottom of my screen that says start a Q&A or uh, start a poll or something like that. I haven't figured out how to use that yet, but it keeps popping up. One of these days I have to. Upper 50s is freezing, Ron. That's right. You're in Florida. That's right. So upper 50s probably is pretty cold to you guys there in Florida. Just click on it, huh? That's how that works. All right. Next time I think I'll just click on it and see what happens. Seems like the more subscribers you get, the more you unlock. So there's a lot of things that pop up that I'm not even sure how to use yet. I don't have a tech group no more. My tech groups all grew up and moved out the house. They can't tell me what all this stuff is anymore. I got to figure out how to do the. I don't know how they get those little present my bobs down in the bottom of the corner of their screen during live streams. And then they got those little money thingies that they put down there in the bottom of this thing. All kinds of things going on. Wow. I didn't think it got that cold in Florida. Yep. I definitely need to make it to Florida though. I got people down there I want to meet. Yeah, she probably is. Probably is. She probably knows her way around the computer. Yeah, I got YouTube studios. I got all that. I keep an eye on my YouTube studios because that tells me a lot about what the channel's doing and stuff like that. I'm not a real big on technology. The only reason why I know how to do YouTube is because my daughter showed me how to do it. 6.5 years ago, I got this bright idea of watching clips and stuff of YouTube videos on like, because I didn't have YouTube and I didn't know what YouTube was, but I was watching a bunch of looking for fishing stuff online and stuff like that, and then all of a sudden this thing called YouTube kept popping up, and all of a sudden I'm like, you know what? I asked my wife, what's this YouTube stuff and how do you like, comment, subscribe stuff? She says, oh, you gotta have a account, and you gotta have YouTube downloaded, the app downloaded to your phone and all this stuff, and the rest was history. It was time to get a GoPro and start fishing on YouTube. Okay, click on the button and do the two-step verification to get my. Oh, okay, I got you. Okay, and that's how that works. Gotcha. All right, I'll have to check that out. So, yep, the rest is history. After I figured out how to do this YouTube stuff, it took me. I've known about YouTube for 8.5 years now. I've been a YouTuber for 6.5 years now. And from what I understand, YouTube was created back in 2003, and then it started picking up, and then finally the highlight surge of the fishing community was between 2012 and 2018, I think, is what they say. And then it just kind of got blown out of proportion, and too many people trying to fish on YouTube, and it just kind of ruined the fishing market. But it maybe did for some people, but for people like me who's not really trying to make money off of it and not trying to do like big things, and I am trying to do big things, don't get me wrong, it's just I'm trying to do it in a different way, I guess. So my end goal is to not be monetized but still be able to make some kind of money, like off of merch and stuff. Gotcha. Okay, thank you, Saving Grace. I appreciate that, man. See, whenever I got a question, I just ask other YouTubers. Well, I'm on a live stream, and they usually have an answer for me. Appreciate that. Got a rock cod, y'all. That don't surprise me, though. What up, Rod Sanders? I'm fishing on the Deschutes River here in sunny Central Oregon, y'all. And I got a pretty good rock caught on there. SB, what's going on? You have to be monetized. So you really? Well, I'll figure out some way to get around that. Because monetization, I mean, I guess it'd be all right, but not really what I'm looking for. Um, we're fishing with large fish lures here, and we're fishing for steelhead. And I'm using fishing for steelhead, and I'm fishing a Shimano Corrado, and I'm fishing a 8.6 medium action Okuma rod. Not yet, SB. Haven't caught a fish yet. Working on it. Yeah, we can only use artificial flies and lures. I got a pretty good rock cod going on here, and I'm trying to get it unhung. Alright, you guys, I'm back. I got unhung. I was hung up and trying to get unhung there for a second. Yeah, right now I'm just using a spoon. That's still a... Yeah, on those monetizations and different things on how they control what you can and cannot do and sell and stuff like that, you know, it is what it is, I guess. But I'll figure out some way to sell merch and stuff and get merch taken care of. What up, job? Any tips? All I can say is if you're fishing for steelhead, keep it low to the bottom of the river. Be bouncing around, getting snagged up once in a while. You can catch more fish doing that. You're also going to catch more rocks that way, but you're going to catch more fish. Use light line if you can at all. I mean, you don't need to use heavy line. Like, I don't go any heavier than 8-pound tests. So lighter line seems to get you more bites. Trout is what we're fishing for. Sea run trout is basically what we're fishing for here. No pike. No pike. We don't have those in the river. That would pretty much destroy our steelhead and salmon fisheries if we had those in the river. So I wouldn't recommend it. Definitely would not recommend it. Although I do hope to catch a pike next year. I'm planning on making a trip up to Washington State, right above us, and go and chase some pike. I hear they got some really good pike fishing up there in Washington State. So that'll be fun and interesting to go out there and get my first ever pike. Today I've had one bite and that's it so far. I haven't caught nothing yet today. But I've only been out here for 30 minutes, so when you're steelhead fishing, 30 minutes ain't nearly long enough sometimes. Sometimes you get here to 30 minutes you gotta fish. But most of the time, be down here for 30 minutes, you ain't catch nothing. Half an hour, man. I just said that. Half an hour, man. 30 momentos. And I'll be out here. I don't know. I might go fish for some trout on Saturday. I doubt it. I always say I might fish for something else, but I always land up finding myself fishing for steelhead instead of something else. Steelhead's one of those relationships that either you love it or you hate it. I've been live streaming for 34 minutes. I've been fishing for 34 minutes. Thank you. I appreciate that. We're gonna get a fish. Oh, fish on, fish on, fish on, fish on, fish on. Yes, fish on, fish on. Yes, fish on. It's a little guy, but it's a fish. Yep, haha. We got a fish on, yo. What's up? Ha ha. Sweet. Fish on, you guys. Check that out. It's a little guy, but it's a fish nonetheless. Let's go, you guys. Let's go. Normally I wouldn't do this, but I'm going to this time. Yo, check that out. Little bitty guy got him all bleeding from the hook, but he gonna be all right. He gonna be all right, but like I say, catch, kiss, and release the fish once in a while. It ensures a future fishery for all, you guys. Check it, check it. Yeah. Let's go let him go, y'all. Let's go, you guys. Let's go. Wrong species, but hey, we'll take it. That was a mountain whitefish, you guys. And they got like this, they got a small mouth, so sometimes it can be hard for them to get the hook in their mouth, but they still manage to get them big old hooks in their mouths for being a small mouth. Yes, let's go. Love it, y'all. That one fish, I told you guys we were gonna get a fish today. It wasn't a steelhead, but hey, we'll take it, you guys. We appreciate that little guy showing up. Appreciate that, you guys. All right, what do you guys think? Should we get another one or what? Yes, one whitefish. Let's get steelhead, trout, something else, maybe a salmon or something. Yeah. Even if that is the only fish we catch all day, that one fish is gonna make this live stream, you know. But I was hoping for something about 5 times bigger than that, but I'll take it. I'll take it at this point. 37 minutes of fishing, got one fish. Way to go. That fish was so light, even though I'm not using really heavy gear. That fish was so light, it's like, is there even a fish on there? I'm like, there's a fish on there. Crazy. Let's get another one though. Pretty cool, man. Pretty cool. So yeah, hopefully the next fish we catch is gonna be like 5 times bigger than that one. I'm hoping. Let's see, on Tuesday we landed one trout. We missed 2 others, so we hooked 3 fish on Tuesday. Landed 1. Today we've had 2 bumps and landed 1 whitefish. So hey, I'll take it. I'll take it. Good night. Be safe. Have a good one. Mongolia. Wow. Sweet. Thanks for joining us. All right, I think we're gonna switch rods and switch something else. We'll give this one about 4 or 5 more casts, and then we'll switch, you guys. No. Downtown down under, huh? Down under. What's a downtown under? Oh, Australia, nice. I want to go to Australia. They got some barramundis over there and stuff like that. I'd like to catch some. Yeah, auto correction for sure. That auto correction can be a pain sometimes, you know. Wouldn't mind going to Australia though. Catch a barramundi or a perch or a catfish or something. Have a good, be able to see a crocodile up close and personal. That'd be sweet. I might actually do a white fishing video this weekend. Fishing for whitefish mostly. And mix in a cast for steelhead once in a while. I think I might do that on Saturday. Fish for whitefish. The fishing good over there in Australia this time of year? I'm always watching videos from over there from different YouTubers where they go to like Snake Island and places like that. Sky Blue, what's going on? Yeah, that's true. Crocodiles aren't too picky about what they eat. That's very true. Yeah, not too close, but I'd still like to see one though. I hear they flip over boats and stuff like that if they're too big of a croc. And they say not to go out on a kayak or a canoe, because them crocs will definitely devour you. Go out on a kayak or canoe. Where women glow and men plunder, huh? How you been, Blue? Are you fishing this morning? Got one fish landed this morning, Blue. One fish landed. No, thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate that, Scott. Something ain't right there. Something was weird there. Maybe I had some weeds or something on there. No fishing for you today, huh, Blue? That's all right. You'll be fishing tomorrow, right? Or Saturday? Oh wait, you don't fish on Saturdays. You like to stay away from all the tourists, all the novelists, huh? All right, I think one more cast with the spoon, and then we're gonna switch to Jim Bobber. How with those bait casters, Blue? Have you been using them a little bit? Oh, weekend fishing is not crowded no more. Good, that's good. Did you take that bait caster out and start using it a little more? So you got it fine tuned in for the way you cast. I hope so. I'm really nice gear there, bud. Blue came up and visited us for a couple of days, a couple weeks ago. That was fun. All right, let's throw a jig and a bobber out there. See if we can't get another jig fish, y'all. I know Mr. and Mrs. Texas, they like that jig fishing. Oh yeah, we got the depth. All right. And we're fishing with a jig bobber. Have been scouting for some new fishing spots. Nice. You're gonna find that golden spot, and then you're gonna start catching fish like crazy, and you're gonna make a lot of videos and have a lot of fun doing that, Blue. Thinking salmon, anyways. Come up and rose right at my float. Um, nice, nice, nice. One of these years I'll have to come down there during steelhead season down there, and we can try using some eggs down there because we can't use them here. So one of these years, you know, next year I want to go do some trout fishing with you, and then maybe later in the year I'll get to come down there for a steelhead fishing day or something or two. When you got the steelhead dialed in and stuff down there. Missed something there. Could have been a rock though. Could have been a rock though. Could have been. Could have been. Depth check. Depth check. Depth check. I'm always doing depth checks, especially if I'm hitting her bottom a little more than I probably should be. No, I'm fishing at the right depth for this area. So maybe it was a fish. Maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. I'm hoping it's a fish that I think, ooh, that's a beautiful tasting jig. We're gonna get destroyed and we're gonna drill the fish. Are you still there, Mr. and Mrs. Texas? I'm throwing a jig and bobber. Um, you want to go fishing northern Oregon? Coastal River? Nice, nice, nice. I want to go coastal river fishing too. I've never had luck other than catching sea run cutthroat. I've not caught any steelhead over there yet on the coast. What's up, Jay? Oh, 10, 15 pounds, yeah. On average, yeah. Some of them coastal rivers get some big fish, that's for sure. Well, we get some big ones here on the Deschutes too, so. I guess we're just not really known for like massive steelhead. But I mean, we do get some 12, 15 steelheads though. I've caught in a couple 12 pounders myself. Thanks, I appreciate that, Jay. I try to get good stuff out there for people because I want them to enjoy the show, for sure. Hopefully my shows will help you catch more fish, I hope. Yeah, I got one fish this morning. For sure, for sure. One beautiful little fish this morning so far. It's always nice to get a fish, even if it's a small one. Sometimes this time of year, even a small one takes something of not catching a fish off. So, hello, what's going on? Jimmy, how's it going? Is G-Man a Half-Life reference? I don't know what that means. Half-Life reference. G-Man is just what I'm called. Thanks for stopping in, Jay. It's because of my last job that my name is G-Man Fishing, not anything else. At my last job, I was there pretty much 20 years, and thank you. I'll do the best I can, Jay. Oh yeah, cool. I'm glad that's one of your favorite names. So yeah, that name just came from my last job I was doing, and I've done that for like pretty much 20 years. And then, well, when I started my channel, I was working that old job, and when I got the new job, I didn't see no reason in changing the name of the channel because it's just what people were used to be calling me. I figured, well, might as well keep it the same. No reason in changing it if it ain't broken. So I appreciate your questions. Appreciate that, you guys. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share. It helps this channel grow, y'all. Oh no, I missed the fish, y'all. I missed the fish. Ah, frustration sometimes. That was a good takedown, and I just wouldn't. I must have been too dazed and confused to set the hook. I must have been too dazed and confused to set the hook. That was a good takedown, and I didn't even get it. I mean, I did set the hook. I just was too late. You know, kind of one of those things, to where you have a good takedown and you don't get a good hook set on it because you're too slow. Sometimes that happens when you're fishing and you're just too slow. Drifted right through the same area and not even a sniffle that time. Sometimes all you get is one opportunity. Sometimes. But sometimes all you need is one opportunity to get a good hook set. Just so happens that that last opportunity, I just, for whatever reason, was too slow to set the hook. Hopefully you guys are enjoying your day today. Hopefully you guys are going to get out and do some fishing. Instead of doing that nasty four-letter word called work. Well, for us YouTubers, fishing is it's fun, but it's also our work too, you guys. I mean, ain't no way around it. I mean, when you think about YouTubers and fishing, it's kind of our job to create content for y'all. And I know. It's like, what did I do wrong, and why didn't I get a good hook set on that fish? You know, I agree with you, Fishy or Sky. It does stick. It leaves kind of a nasty taste in your mouth sometimes, especially when you've had as many bobber downs as I had this year and hooked fish and lost them. So yeah, I agree with you there, Sky. They tend to leave a stinky, bad taste in your mouth, for sure. Because every fish you miss, you know, there's always somebody looking at you wanting you to catch a fish. There's always somebody rooting for you. And then when you miss them, and you know, you let people down, and it's like, no, I don't want to let nobody down. You know, it leaves kind of a nasty taste in your mouth, for sure. I almost threw my stuff up in the tree. But the wind's not really helping my cause any either, though. Like Tuesday after live stream, after I caught that trout, and after I finished my live stream, I had a really good takedown. And I set the hook and I fought the fish for about 5 seconds. And he just decided to throw the hook. Why, I don't know. What he did. Not like I was going to hurt him or anything. I just wanted to take him home and eat him. Of course, fish don't like to be killed for food either, though. Once you just switched from steelhead, fishing, bam, first cast. Yeah, sometimes that happens. Yeah, that happens. Yep, that's right, Saving Grace. Come on, fish. Stop teasing me and just show up big time. We did land one fish, so we're in the positive, even though we're still batting below 500. You know, we're still we still landed a fish today. Not a steelhead, but we still landed a fish. So we're happy we at least done that much for you guys on the live stream. I think on Saturday I'll do fish for whitefish and make a live stream of that, because I'm hoping I can catch some whitefish for you. We may even do a catch and cook on Saturday if we get the right whitefish. That'd be cool, catch and cook on a live stream, right? I've done that a few times. Waiting for Saving Grace to come out with the a catch and cook on a live stream. That'd be pretty cool. The thing about bobber fishing is it seems like a lot of times the fish hook themselves, and so there's usually not a whole lot of setting the hook you got to do. But for whatever reason, the last, I don't know, however many fish I've missed on a jig and a bobber this year, is proof that it don't always set the hook itself. But a lot of times in a river setting like what we're doing, when that bobber goes down, it seems like it sets the hook itself, as long as you set that bell and you get tension on it right away. And I never recommend not setting the hook, because you should always set the hook. But I'm starting to work my float out further and further so I can work more of the river now. But I'm still casting upstream for sure, because I want to cover as much water as possible. But the further you get out there, the deeper it is. I don't know if you guys seen that fish jump right out in front of my float, but really nice fish just jumped. It's probably a salmon, but nonetheless, it's still a nice fish. Bobber hook sets are usually in the mouth too. Yep. That's very true. That's very true about bobber fishing. Definitely can land most fish without doing too much damage to them. That's very true, Sky. Especially when you're jigging bobber fishing, you're just hooking them in the mouth. You're not hooking them deep in the gullet or anything. So definitely makes it easier on the fish. To where, bait fishing, not all fish are going to swallow the hook bait fishing, but it seems like you get a good majority of fish that do swallow the hook at times when bait fishing. But of course, I haven't had really the distinct pleasure of using bait for steelhead either, though. So I don't know what the case is with that is. So yeah, probably was. A lot of salmon in the river, a lot of steelhead in the river, a lot of trout, a lot of whitefish, a lot of big lip suckers. And I'm the biggest lip sucker of them all. I'm the biggest lip sucker of them all. Some of that heavier winds are starting to pick up a little bit. But I knew that could be the case today, so. It's just kind of the way it is here in Central Oregon. That wind can definitely be a factor. The rain, snow, anything can be a factor, really. Hey, Saving Grace, have you guys ever done a snook catch and cook? Do they eat snook? I know they eat redfish and stuff like that, but do they eat snook? I don't think I've ever seen a snook catch and cook on out of the salt down there. What about a tarpon? They eat tarpon? I ain't never seen a tarpon catch and cook either. Oh, more south than you. Oh, okay, I got you. Oh, tarpon have to be released, huh? So that's pretty much just a trophy fishery then, or a sport fishery then. I didn't mean to say trophy. I meant to say sport fishing then. I think it's time to switch rods and throw a different jig out there. Pompano, yeah, I've heard about Pompano. You guys get speckled trout, or is that further south? I think speckled trout are pretty good eating too. Oh yeah, mahi mahi. Yeah, I've heard of them. Oh, you guys do catch some specks down there? Sweet. Throwing the red and black jig right now. To switch from a pink jig to red and black. Different setup, using a slip float now instead of a stationary float. Yeah, that didn't land right. Got all wrapped up around the float there. Can't catch a fish if you're not fishing properly. There we go. That's a good cast right there. That's a good drift. I know. Come on, steelhead. We're throwing everything at them, including the kitchen sink, and we still ain't getting bit. That's one thing you can say about the G-Man. He throws everything at them. Everything at them. And it don't matter. He's You're gonna throw everything at him possible. He's not shy about throwing the kitchen sink at him. You know, I find that most fishermen are one-dimensional. They'll throw one specific style at, not be very versatile. But me, I believe in being versatile and having, you know, a bunch of different things. But I've been fishing for these fish for darn near 30 years, so I usually have 5 or 6 rigs set up for them at any given time. Doesn't might get more bites that way, but I hope it increases my chances by having more than one style of fishing for them, you know. Yeah, I had a little mess there in my line there. My own fault though. Do a depth check. A little depth check, maybe a little deep. I'm up about 6 inches. Should be all right there. I'm about 6 inches. Throw her back out there. You know, when I first moved to Oregon, I didn't know what I was doing, and I thought fishing in Oregon wasn't very good. And then after I started fishing more and started learning how to catch fish, I learned that Oregon fishing was pretty good, pretty good. But it's kind of like anything, you know, if you don't spend enough time doing it and learning it, it can be bad fishing. But I learned how to fish it, and I started catching more and more fish, and started thinking, well, it's better fishery than I thought it was. For sure. Definitely a better fishery for the warm water fish than what I thought it was too. For the longest time, I didn't know Oregon had a warm water fishery. You know, and then I started hearing stories about this and that and everything in between. Started fishing for them and started catching them. And I'm like, Oregon's got some warm water fish in there, like the catfish and the bullhead, or the catfish and the bass and the crappies and the bluegills and stuff like that. Never in a million years there'll be a largemouth bass would come out of Oregon. But it did. It came out of Oregon. Saving Grace, what's your PB largemouth? JR Buzz, what's going on, man? Still waiting on you. Hit me up in my emails so we can maybe work something out, man. Busy, I know I'm busy. Well, sure would like to get some kind of merch started, you know, stickers or whatever. Oh, it's no biggie. I just kind of like to get something started so we could maybe get something worked out here. Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. I mean, everybody's life's crazy. That's why I'm like, I completely understand that. You know, life's not. Yep, RRKK. That's the one. That's right. That's the one, JR. It'd be cool to see what I got some pictures I'll send you once I get your email and stuff like that to give you some ideas of some of the fish I caught and stuff like that, and maybe give you an idea of what to scheme up or something. Ouch. I see some of that work you done for skipjack, Cindy. There, that looks pretty cool. Wife's like, when you gonna get them stickers done? I'm like, I don't know. I mean, it'd be cool to get them done, but I gotta wait for people to not be so busy so we can get something worked out. Thank you. I appreciate that, man. I'll send you some pictures and stuff, give you some ideas. You know, I don't know how that works, but I figured if I send you some ideas, that'll help you out a little bit. And then you can blast me an email what you think about, you know, about the different things we can do. For sure. Nice, nice, nice. Something was going on there. I either had a fish or something. I couldn't find my float, so I might have had a bite there. Well, no. Okay, something. I don't know if I just blew up my. I don't know if I just blew up my float stop or what. No, it still feels pretty good. I mean, I don't think blew it up, so maybe it just if that happens again, I'll have to change my float stop. Those float stops they get wore out after a while, and then you have to do something different. Boy, that wind is picking up a little bit though. It's not supposed to be like super crazy, so should be all right. Sweet, I appreciate that, man. I'm not much of an artist, but I definitely got some fish pictures and stuff I can send you to give an idea of what the fish may or may not look like after when you're done with it. No, I like to use the rubber ones. Those are the float stops I like. I like them better than the yarn ones or whatever it is. I like them yarn ones very much. I have used them. I just don't care for them much. Just don't care for them much. Yeah, a lot of times if I'm hooking somebody else up with it, I'll put two of the rubber ones on. But when it's just me using it for myself, I just use one. Maybe a couple more casts with this, and then we'll move down some, and we'll fish a little bit further down, and then we'll go get back to throwing some hardware. I do appreciate you guys joining us though this morning. I mean, I'm glad you guys are willing to spend some time watching this crazy guy fishing for fish. Rock cod. Take my float under. One more cast, and then we'll move. We'll move and throw some more hardware, I think. Say hi to the float. Say bye to the float. What up, English Bob? How you doing? Glad you could join us. We're just getting ready to move spots. I think we fished this spot out. We landed one fish. Had another bump or two. Y'all ready to move? Let's move. Going for a little walk, y'all. Going for a little walk. Go. All right. Let's go, you guys. Go down here to the favorite tree spot over here, where the tree used to never be. And then I fell in the water one day while I was fishing, floated down past me, and then that's where I landed. That's where I decided to self. Next spot. Yep, going to the shallows. Yes, sir. Going to the shallows. Gonna go try and get one out of shallows. Right. Looks like that tree moved a little bit more downstream, anyways, or in our case, we're upstream, but it seems like it should be downstream. Get our tripod all set up and ready to go. Alright, let's try that. Sturdy enough? Not gonna go anywhere? I hope not. Let's see here. Yep, gone to the shallows. Yep. Let's go. Let's get a fish, y'all. We're gonna start out by throwing a spoon through here. Of course, that's what we caught the fish on earlier. Was a spoon. I thought you weren't going fishing today. Stay fishy. I thought you said today you weren't going out because of the winds. The wind is smoking through there, huh? Winds are starting to pick up here a little bit, but it's still not supposed to be too bad today, so I'm just like, let's go. So here I am, trying to catch a fish for you nice folks. Yep, stay fishing in the house. Stay fishing in the house. G-Man in the house. Sky Blue is in the house. You can't stay home, huh? Sometimes that makes sense, though. I mean, I don't want to stay home if I can be fishing. Yeah, it's not too bad here. It's probably only, I would say probably about maybe 8 to 12 miles here so far. Not too bad. But I mean, I could definitely see how it could get real bad real quick. No. I still haven't got to try that addicted trout float you brought me, Sky. But that's because I ain't fishing lakes. I'm fishing rivers. So eventually I'll get to use it when I start fishing the reservoirs after the beginning of the year. I'm still thinking about going maybe to Haystack or Prineville this weekend. I wouldn't mind getting out to catch a limit of trout. That would be nice. I definitely like a little chop on the water when I'm bobber fishing them reservoirs. For sure. Oh yeah, sitting at the boat ranch and launching your car right now, huh? That's when you take your rod and reel and you fish from your car, huh? Out of the world, huh? You like the color of the meat on the trout out there at Haystack, huh? Because they're just not biting, huh? Well, I haven't been out there to haystack this year, so who knows? I might go out there and surprise you on Saturday. You never know about G-Man. He generally won't hit the lakes when it's like this, but I have been known to surprise people once in a while by doing a lake video this time of year. It just don't happen very often. And then when I put out a lake video, they're like, aren't you supposed to be at the river? I'm like, nah. Sometimes it's nice to take a break. Do something different. I can't wait to see if we get some ice this year so we can do some ice fishing. That's going to be money. If we get to do some ice fishing this year. Yeah, if you ever cut open one of those fish from haystack, you'll notice they got a lot of snails in their belly. They're eating snails. For sure. I don't know what it is about the snails out there at haystack, but the trout love them. I sometimes think I should catch me a snail and use it for bait. To be honest with you. Cutting them open and their bellies are just full of snails. Escargot fish is what they're called. Escargot fish. They like the snails. They like the snails and we like the trout. How do those trout taste there, Sky? They taste pretty good? Out of haystack or what? It's like if you go out to Prineville or Ochoco Reservoir and you catch the trout out of there, they got little fish in their bellies. And then you go to haystack and their bellies are full of freaking snails. Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. I mean, don't get me wrong. Those trout I caught out at haystack or out at Prineville and Ochoco Reservoir still had pink meat in them, even though they're eating other fish. Still had pink meat in them. But yeah, the diet of the trout definitely makes all the difference in the color of the meat for sure. Give this about, I don't know. Give it about another 10 minutes and then we're going to call it good and we're going to get off this live stream and stuff like that. We may go live once we get to the other spot. But for right now, I think we're just going to fish this hole out and maybe get off the live stream and then go to the other hole and maybe go live again. Who knows? Who knows? Over by the group campsite would be a good place for the bobber, huh? The last really big trout, say fish caught at Haystack, had lots of minnows, yeah. Yeah, gulp minnows are I've caught a lot of trout on gulp minnows. Really a dynamite way to catch trout for sure. Of course, you can catch any fish using them gulp minnows though. For whatever reason, those gulp minnows just catch fish. The 2.5 inch gulp minnows in the wintertime I really like, and then the inch long minnows the rest of the time. I don't know what it is about the 2.5 inch minnows that I like during the wintertime, but for whatever reason I like them in the wintertime, and then the rest of the year I like the the 1 inch gulp minnows. I can't say why. That's just the way I am. It's just the way I like them. And I generally throw them underneath the float unless I'm fishing like at Lake Billy for bluegill. And then a lot of times I'll throw them without a float, and a lot of times I'll throw them with the float. Oh, nice. Gonna go live later on. Yeah. Yeah, you usually do go live about 9:30, right? Sometimes 10. Just depends on how you're feeling, I think. I'm not gonna make that trip today, but I might one day next week, just to fish with just stay fishy. I might head over there maybe on Thursday next week if you're gonna be out there. What do you think, Stay Fishy? You want to go fishing next Thursday? I'll meet you out there next Thursday at the group campsite. Oh yeah, I throw them gulp minnows a lot underneath the float. I also like to twitch them a lot too, though. All right, then, Stay Fishy. Next Thursday, you and me, man. We'll go try to catch a limit of trout out there at Haystack. then yeah, it's a really effective way to do it because you can set your float at whatever depth you want, and then just kind of suspend it, jig those gulp minnows, and whatever depth you think those fish are going to be at, and yeah, it's just pretty dynamite. If we could use soft plastics here on the Deschutes, I would definitely throw a gulp minnow underneath the float for sure. But being that we can't, and I almost got a ticket this year, I just can't do it again. I don't want a ticket for fishing illegally. Stalking G-Man at the moment, huh? That's too much. English Bob, too much. I don't know why anybody would want to stalk this guy. That is pretty funny though, English Bob. That feels more like that 20-mile-an-hour gust right there. Getting closer to 20, 22 miles. All right, man. Well, get to it, man. Next Thursday, you and I will go. We'll go to a camp, a group campsite, and fish together next Thursday. Give myself a break from the river, I guess. Try to catch a limit of 5. Maybe even Alex and Bella join us. All right, man. We may not be live on this live. We might start a new live because we're going to be getting in the car and driving a little bit. So I'll probably just stop the live and then restart when I get to where I'm going. Of course, you guys know where I'm going. I'm not going very far. It's just, you guys probably don't need to see my car. It's probably too messy for you guys. I may not go live, but I might go live again. You just never know. You just never know. Yep. Well, that stinks. I gotta go try and get this backyard fishing. How's it going, man? Glad you could join us. Got it unsnagged. We back. What up, Mosley? Oh, she's not even on the live. Well, she left a comment on something. There's nowhere to run from us, huh? Well, I wasn't running. I was trying to get unsnagged. I was hung up on a log down the way. I'm not running from nobody. Nobody. Yes, you made it, mostly. Now we've had an official live stream. Mostly's made it. Most style. We've made it. Now all we need is the wife to join us, and then we can say we really had a live stream. But whenever Mo Styles joins us, it's official. Good morning, let's go. I've already caught one fish, you missed it mostly. Or more style, Mo Style. I always say mostly, I don't know why I say mostly when it's Mo Style. I don't know. Maybe it's my reading abilities to not be able to read so well. I don't know. Fish on, yeah, fish on. Fish on, fish on, you guys, fish on, fish on, fish on. Yes, fish on, hooked up, you guys, hooked up. Fish on, fish on, fish on. Ah, yes, fish on. Oh, fish on, fish on, fish on. Fish on, you guys. Let's go, fish on. Ah, fish on. Let's go. Ah, woohoo. Let's go. Oh, that's fish number 2, second species. Come on, buddy. He got me in a predicament. I'm trying not to let him run. There's too much stuff to get snagged on. I don't know if I'm going to get him out. Let's put you guys back on the water and see if we can't get this guy out. He got us in a predicament. Kind of set you guys down in case if I get him. Oh man, what a mess. I'm thinking you guys we're going to be able to get him. I hope so. I'm going to try and get down here and move him out in front of this area and bring him right into here. I don't know if I'm going to be able to, but I'm going to try. Whew. You guys, all right. Fish number 2. What a workout. Fish number 2. The very beautiful, very unpopular, but I love them. Big lip sucker. You guys, whew, what a workout that was. Beautiful fish, beautiful species. You know, yeah, let's go. We'll put this fella back. Not the desired species, but we'll take it. Hey, 2 different species. I'm not complaining. Woohoo! Let's go. Back he goes. You know, you guys, that can, yeah, if we had catfish here, it would be good catfish bait. Northern Cal, Whiskers, how's it going? Glad you could join us this morning. Well, that's two different species on this live stream. What do you guys think? You think it's time to go get another species and go back upriver? I think we'll go to another spot upriver. Now I don't want to end the live stream because we've gotten two fish, so might as well take you guys on a journey with us. We'll go to the car, get a drink of coffee, and then we'll walk to the next spot. You guys game? I'm game. If you guys are game, I'm game. Let's go. Let's go get that steelhead or trout for our third species. You guys, let's do it. Come on. Let's go. All right. Them big lip suckers can be a pain to reel in sometimes. They definitely can, especially when you don't hook them in the mouth. You know, most people wouldn't consider that a catch, but with the way it's been, I'm counting it, baby. I'm counting it. You know, it's just sometimes you gotta count those ones that you don't hook in the mouth. Sometimes we've got one in the mouth and one in the side. That's why that big lip sucker was so hard to reel in, because we hooked him in the side. If we would have hooked him in the mouth, it would have been more of a fight instead of a snag in the side and like trying to bring it in sideways. We're in Oregon and we're fishing on the Deschutes River in Central Oregon, and we're fishing for steelhead, which is a sea run trout that goes out to the ocean for 5 years, comes back bigger, fatter, and stronger. And maybe even more tastier, I don't know. So, but yeah, there we go. Let's go get a sip of coffee, and then we'll head up to the next spot. I generally don't let you guys join me for a sip of coffee, but hey, I'm not ready to get off the live stream. We've got two fish on this live stream. Let's see if we can't get a third one and make it a steelhead or a trout. So if we get a steelhead or a trout, that'll make it even that much here, as the Mad Hatter would say, much here. You know, off Alice in Wonderland? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. See, all this river we've already fished that we're just walking by. We already fished this part of the river. So we're just kind of making our way. So yeah, we're north of California. So just to show you how much river we've covered. Yes, let's go third fish steelhead. That's our desired, or a trout. You know, I'll be happy with the trout, because I mean, after all, a steelhead is a trout. It's just a sea run trout that gets really big compared to the regular rainbow trouts. So now, if we get 3 species, phenomenal. No, this is the Deschutes River. This is in Central Oregon. Rogue River is more coastal. My door handle don't work sometimes on my car, so I have to kind of pound on it a little bit sometimes. I have to go around to the other side just to get in the car. The second best part about fishing is Folgers in your cup. Oh, that's good stuff. Some people like to stay home and sip coffee. They like to go to work and sip coffee. Well, in my opinion, the best place to sip coffee is right here while you're fishing. You take a minute, get a drink of coffee, get back to fishing. Yeah, no Dutch Bros here. This is straight up Folgers. You go to the kitchen, you fill up your coffee pot, then you put it in a percolator, you put your grounds in there and your filter, and then you push the little button that goes brew. Folgers, nice. Nice. I visit Bend quite often. Hey, Blue Wolf is in the house. It was Blue Sky, now it's Blue Wolf. Hi, Blue Wolf. Hi, Blue Sky. That's so cool because Blue gets to visit us with two different channels. He gets to visit us with Blue Wolf and then Blue Sky. Hi. All right, we're just about done sipping some coffee. Moving to the phone. I got you. Yes. All right, let's put this back in the car because we're not going to pack it. Left. No, we're not going to pack it. We're just going to put it back in the car, grab the rods and the tripod, and we're going to start walking. And I also got the chesty just in case, you know. That way after I'm done live streaming, I can just start doing the chesty thing, you know. Make sure I got my keys in my pocket. Keys, check. Yeah, Bend is a nice place to go for sure. I definitely recommend if you're in Central Oregon to visit Bend, for sure. Lots of nice people there. Good food. Good shopping for those who like to shop. Unfortunately, shopping's not my favorite thing to do. My favorite thing to do is to catch fish and share my day with you guys. Nice. One of these days I'm going to go to the Rogue. I fished it one time, and the thing all caught were trout, pikemen on that time though. We didn't really catch any. We were fishing for salmon, and you can see the salmon rising all over the place, but absolutely nobody was catching them when we were there. And this is like probably 15 years ago, last time I was at the Rogue River. It's not that I haven't meant to go back to the Rogue River, because I have. I just have not made it back. So, one of these days, I'll make it back to the Rogue. I want to go to the Umpqua as well. Whitewater rafting, huh? Pretty much everybody from Warm Springs to Madras knows who I am. They drive by and they just honk, saying good morning or good afternoon, whichever be the case. They like to say hi. And I like it when they say hi. That means I'm doing something right if they like my stuff that I'm putting out. Y'all make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, and share. Most importantly, share. Mo style, she's good about sharing. She's excellent about sharing people's content with other folks. She is truly a gem for all YouTubers who she follows, for sure. Truly a gem. Well, we're not allowed to use bait, so we have to use artificial flies and lures. So we use a lot of jigs and spoons and spinners for steelhead fishing. If we could use bait, I imagine worms or sand shrimp would work pretty well. From what I hear, sand shrimp and worms and egg sacs work pretty good for steelhead fishing. I mean, we don't get to use those kinds of things. I don't know. So maybe someday I'll go someplace where we can use bait and get to test the theory out that bait works really well. Someday. Probably just not today. So. All right, spot number 500 for this morning. Coming right up. It seems kind of odd to say 500 spots, and I've only been here for a couple hours, but you know, you fish one spot for a while, then you move down, and you fish another spot for a while, and you move down, and just keep moving until you find a fish. And even if you catch a fish, doesn't mean you're going to stay in that one spot. In which case, the first spot we caught a fish out of, we didn't stay there. We went ahead and moved because we were looking for more fish. And then we caught one down in the shallows, and we didn't stay there. And we moved. So it's all about, you know, whatever makes you think you're going to have more chances to catch fish. And it's like moving on can help you catch more fish. So I definitely recommend a lot of times to not just stay in one spot all day long. Get you guys all set up here. Get it all figured out for you guys, so you guys be nice and comfortable. I don't know. Maybe not. Yeah, big rocks don't appeal to me either, most time. What does appeal to me is fish, though. I wish we could use marshmallows. We just can't use marshmallows. So, no marshmallows for the steelhead here. Because I would definitely be willing to try a marshmallow if we could use a marshmallow, but unfortunately, marshmallows aren't something we're allowed to use. So, start out with the Panther Martin. Throw that a few times. Then we'll move to a spoon. Then we'll move to a jig and bobber, and we'll just keep trying different things until we find a fish, and then we blow up our spool of line and throw a big old bird's nest. That's okay. It happens. And then we get snagged up and we lose our gear. And that happens too, so. Woohoo! Blue one flying out the water. I do fly fish some. I do. I do fly fish some. I don't fly fish nearly enough, it seems like, but I do fly fish, so that's always fun when you get a fish on a fly, for sure. 3 straight bird's nests, y'all. 3 straight bird's nests. What's this world coming to? Release to the grease, what's up, man? Always good to see you in on a live. Always good to see you in on a live, man. Not a lot, just trying to get a fish, man. As usual. Mo style. What's into a crash test dummy, huh? Wow, that's pretty harsh. As long as I don't get turned into a crash test dummy, I'm okay. I don't want you to be turned into one either. Style. I don't want anybody to be turned to a crash dummy. That would be very painful. I'm going to have to put this reel away. That's like the 5th bird's nest already. I'm going to have to put this reel away. Alright, well let's put this away. Let's put this away. That many birds nest that close together, I think we need to put it away. Put it away. Grab the other one. That's my solution to the problem of throwing a bird's nest. Grab a different rod and reel. And it's still a bait caster. So am I going to have the same issues with this one that I did with that one? I don't know. We'll find out. I doubt it. Woohoo! No bird's nest. Part of the problem with that one is I put too light of a lure on it. I can cast it without bird's nesting it, but for whatever reason, four bird casts pretty much back to back. I'm just like, let's just set it off to the side for the moment and throw some else. So that's what we are. I've got 4 rods with me. 3 of the 4 are bait casters. Alex was calling, but I'm live, so answering a phone call when you're live and messes you up. So I don't ever recommend that you answer a phone call when you're live. It did mess up did mess it up and there for about, I don't know, probably 2 minutes when he called. So about how long it took to get back to rotating properly and the time to start. So don't ever recommend that if you're going live that you answer a phone call. It's gonna mess it up even if you don't answer, but it won't mess it up for as long. Your back of sand has scraped sandbars, huh? On the road. Yeah, I agree with you. Pinballing off of rocks is a no-go. No-go. I agree with you on that. Pinballing off rocks never sounds like a fun time. Never does. You know what does sound good? A nice lazy day on the river catching fish without actually getting in the water and pinballing. So try that next time, Mo style. Just do a nice lazy day of fishing instead of getting in the water and sandbarring and rocking. When you going live again, Release the Grease? When you going live again, man? Sometimes that underhand roll cast is really nice when you don't have a lot of room to cast. You ain't got room above you and you ain't got room beside you to wind it up. You do that little roll cast, you can cast it out there pretty good. I'm live again on Saturday. You can almost guarantee that I'm going to be live on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. And I'm also recording video too. So if I'm missing, if for whatever reason I catch something after the live stream, I'll have footage on that. So. Seeking a adrenaline rush, yeah. I reckon so. Their style. The Rural Angler, what's up? How you doing today? Glad you could join us. I'm doing good. I've caught 2 fish today, so I'm happy. I need a third fish though. I need a third species. That'd make the day even better, a third species. But I won't complain if I only get the 2. I'm just happy to have a fish, y'all. I'm happy to have caught those fish while you guys are watching. That makes it even better. Yeah, it's always good when other people are catching. For sure, for sure. Give you guys a nice look at the river, y'all. Instead of my face, let y'all look at the river. Well, I've got some steelhead videos out there, so if you want to see a steelhead, go ahead and go check out some of my videos. Yeah, guy might keep you from getting all banged up in the river there, Mo style, for sure. I'm ready too, man. I'm ready to get another one myself. But if you can't wait until I catch one on the live stream, you can always go watch a video of me catching a steelhead. Or there's other people who catch steelhead too. You can go watch them if you don't want to watch me. You want to see the premier uh, uh, Pacific Northwest fishermen do it? Go watch those Addicted Cats. They got some really good video on catching all kind of fish in the Pacific Northwest. For sure, for sure. I know. Come on, fishy. Come on. Let's go, fishy, fishy. So you might ask, why is it necessary for me to have so many rods? Well, to answer that question is, it's easier to quickly swap out than it is to keep tying. So I like to carry usually 5 rods on me when I'm steelhead fishing. That way I'm just swapping out rods instead of tying. And the only time I want to retie is when I have to retie because I lost a hook or something. Or I got to redo a leader or a bumper line just to make sure I don't lose a fish. So that's why I'm carrying as many rods as I do. A lot of people will only carry 1 or 2 rods and they'll usually only fish 1 or 2 styles. Me, I'm fishing 5 rods and I'm fishing 5 different styles of fishing. So it makes sense to carry that many rods. Like if you're in a state to where you can use 5 rods, you know, hey, it makes a little more sense. But like we're only allowed 1 rod, but I'm carrying 5 rods on me, and so yeah, I just swap out, and it makes it simpler to be ready for the next rod and next cast. So, and you carp fishermen, man, you guys catch a lot of nice carp, don't you? Yeah. Yeah, that's true. That's very true. That is it. Russia, huh? Cool. Thanks for joining us. Russia. Ah. Man, we get people from all over the world joining us on these live streams and stuff, man. That's cool. Never in a million years did I ever think I'd be putting out content that reaches people all across the world, you know? I need to go carp fishing so I can get me a carp. Only thing is there ain't too many carp fishing places around here to do carp fishing. So there's only one place I know of that's about an hour away, maybe a little more than an hour away, for carp fishing. I guess there is another Lake Billy, but I've never been able to get them carp to bite. And I've seen some massive carp in Lake Billy. £26, woo! 26-pound carp, wow. That's a nice carp right there. Yeah, I know some of them ones over there and those over in the UK get massive. I think the biggest carp I probably ever caught was probably 30 pounds. So, I mean, still, that's a nice one. No, you can't use 2 rods even with the 2-rod endorsement on the river. You can still only use the 1 rod. Trust me, if I could use 2 rods, I would definitely be using 2 rods. I'd have my side planer out sitting right next to me, and I'd be throwing everything else under the sun at them. Unfortunately, Oregon laws are so strict and so hard on you. St. Joe River in Michigan, huh? From Oregon, from the beautiful state of Oregon, out here trying to catch a beautiful fish for you guys. On the mighty Deschutes River. Let's go. Here fishy, as Mo style would say. Here fishy. Here fishy. Come on, Mo, say something. Y'all get in rhythm with Mo style and say, here fishy, fishy. Here fishy, fishy. Come on, I want to see y'all saying, here fishy, fishy. Here fishy, fishy. Oh, something happened there. I don't know if I bounced off a rock or if I had a bite there. Here fishy, fishy. Here fishy, fishy. You guys rock. You know that? You guys truly rock. Yeah, there you go, Mo style. There you go. It's in Oregon, in the United States. You're in Oregon. You're in Africa? Wow. All the way from Africa joining us. Nice. I gotta go there someday. They got those big old Nile perch. Of course, you guys got crocodiles too, so, and hippos. That'd be something to see those hippos. That'd be something. Thank you. I appreciate you stopping in and saying hi, real angler. Stop by again real soon, I hope. We'll be live on Saturday. We'll be live on Saturdays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays. Yeah, double tap, like, comment, subscribe, and share. I appreciate that, Mo style. All right, catch you later. Be safe. So somebody asked me, what do I do when the fish aren't biting? Like if it's too cold or whatever. Thank you for sharing it out, Mo style. So somebody once asked me, what do I do when it's too cold to fish? I'm like, too cold to fish? What do you mean too cold to fish? It's never too cold to fish. And they're like, well, don't the fish not bite when it's cold? I'm like, well, it just depends on what species of fish you're fishing for. Okay? So when you're fishing for trout, steelhead, salmon, fishing in cold. If you're fishing for largemouth, smallmouth, catfish, fish in the heat. But as far as I'm concerned, even you can catch a bass when it's cold out. You can catch a catfish or a crappie when it's cold out too. So, Stay Fishy just went live, huh? Yeah, he said he'd be live today. So, my answer to them was, I fish no matter what. A content creator, if he's a fishing creator or a hunting creator or I don't know, a cooking creator, no matter what, we still have to create content, no matter what. So, The best answer I can give them is I fish no matter what. Hot, cold, or in between. It don't matter. Still have to put out content, so that's the life of a YouTuber, you know. All right, you can bounce between both of us, Smo style. Go ahead. I know you like to watch Stay Fishy. I'm not going to worry about if you bounce back and forth. Just tell Stay Fishy I said hi. Way over there. Errol Cox. Crocs, hippos, but the perch are far north. Oh, okay. Well, what other kind of fish you got there? Other than the Nile perch. You guys got catfish, right? I believe. A style of catfish. Do you guys got prawn? I ask questions when people from other countries join in. That way I can find out what kind of fish they got. All right, we're going to switch to jig and bobber now. Switch to jig and bobber. Why not? Oh man, we down to one watcher. Yep, we're gonna hook a big old steelhead now. One watcher equals big fish, y'all. And nobody's gonna believe it. Tilapia and catfish. Nice, nice, nice. What are they? What kind of bass are they? Are they the largemouth or are they what kind of bass are they? Or do you know? First cast and I duffed it up big time. Oh, do you now? Okay. And the spotted bass? Oh, right on. So I would have never known you guys had largemouth in Africa. Cool. Right on. So you learn something new every day, every day. What in the world's going on here? I'm not going to be happy about that. I'm not happy. I'm throwing bird nest after bird nest. Normally I don't do that with my bait casters, but kind of getting irritating at this point. A bass angler, cool. Oh yeah. Well, I'm glad to hear that you guys got those kind of fish there in Africa. I would have never known you guys had carp. I knew you guys had catfish and Nile perch and stuff like that. But Nile perch is further south, you said, so that's kind of cool to hear. I would have never known. So cool to hear from people from all over the world. So cool. Glad y'all could join us. Yeah, I have to jump a plane, huh? Wow, that's crazy. Just to get, yeah. Uh, I I I seen to where they have some really big Nile perch back there. Just I heard they're getting less and less common though. The the, the perch are. It's just cool to talk to somebody who actually is there. Matthew Barry, what's going on? Glad you could join us today. Thank you. I appreciate that. We already got 2 fish today. We're looking for a 3rd species. Looking for the beautiful trout or the beautiful steelhead, y'all. I don't know if we'll get either one, but we're gonna try. We've already been live streaming for 2 hours, so 2.5 hours, I think, close to it. What in the world is going on here? Frustration is starting to build up on here. Starting to get real frustrated because I can't seem to cast for the beans right now. Part of it has to do with that knot burning the heck out of my finger every time I cast. The other part of it is just being a pain. See, all that does is mess up your line every time or it weakens your line every time you throw something like that and stops mid-flight because of a bird's nest or whatever in your line. And so that makes it hard on your equipment when you shouldn't be throwing those bird's nests, but they're happening for whatever reason. Part of it is because of a knot that I have in my line, and I just haven't been able to get it to come undone. See, I'll show you guys that knot real quick. See, I got that knot in there, and I can't get it to pull out. I don't want to break the line, but... Oh yeah, you guys got tiger fish too, huh? So that's messing with my thumb every time I throw out there, and it don't feel comfortable hitting your thumb. So I'm kind of lightly trying to thumb it, and it's just not working out. Being more of a nuisance than anything, it's starting to get irritating that I'm not able to cast. Because before that, I wasn't throwing any bird's nest, but I got that knot in there last fishing trip or something, and I ain't been able to get it to come out. So I'm kind of irritated at this point with it. I just want it to be done and over with so I can get back to fishing properly. I'm hoping I'll hook into a big old fish and it'll pull that knot out of there. Winds are starting to pick up again, so that's not really helping my cause either. Got a nice long drift on that one. That time we got a halfway decent cast without birds nesting the crud out of it. Would have to use a still leader, yeah. For them, yeah, that's what I hear. A tiger fish is a fish in where this guy's from, and they have teeth, some massive teeth, and people fish for them, and they have to use still leaders and stuff to catch them tiger fish. Starting to get a little irritated with my casting today. It's being a pain in the thumb, mostly because of a knot, and then like throwing all these bird's nests when there should be no bird's nest at all. Kind of irritating. I don't like messing up my thumb throwing a casting because of a knot that shouldn't even be in my line. But somehow it got there and I can't get it to release, so. Yeah, look at them Googling, yeah. Back, huh? Glad you could come back. I didn't know that I'd be live streaming for this long, but I caught 2 fish, so might as well live stream them longer, you know? So all I can say is if you caught a fish, keep live streaming for that much longer. That's basically what it boils down to. I caught a whitefish and a sucker, big lip sucker. And you know, now I'm still working on getting that trout and steelhead for my 3rd fish of the day. I hope that when I hook into a fish on this, it'll pull that knot out of my line for me. What the? This is not fun. Not fun. It's starting to get really freaking irritating. Should be fishing and not getting. See? And then no problem casting. It's like that knot is really affecting my casting though. Sorry if I'm getting a little irritated, but it's not. It's just the knot in my line making things irritating. All right, well, you have a good day. Thanks for joining us. We appreciate it. We're going to go ahead and get ready to get off here because I'm getting a little too irritated at this ability to cast, and I shouldn't be having the issues I'm having, but my thumb's starting to get tore up, and I'm starting to get really irritated. And I'm ready to cut the line and restart over, but I don't really like doing that because I feel like I can get the knot out once I get a fish on and stop messing up my thumb. Stop bird nesting so much. Okay. That's just not. Frustrating. But yeah, we're gonna get ready to get off here and call it a day on the live stream and just keep fishing and recording as usual. Trying to get some good footage for you guys and stuff like that, and hopefully we'll be able to do that for you guys. So y'all, let me reel in this cast and we'll get off here. So, you know what time it is. You know what time it is, y'all. You guys been watching lives long enough. You know what time it is. Yeah. Y'all. Here we go. Y'all, thanks for joining us. Remember to catch, kiss, and release the fish once in a while. Thank you, Blue Wolf. Appreciate it. Remember to catch, kiss, and release the fish once in a while. It ensures a future fishery for all. So till next time, this is the Getting Irritated G-Man from G-Man Fishing saying, y'all have a good day. I'm going to have a great day. I'm going to continue fishing. Trying to get another fish for you guys, and hopefully we'll get that third species. I'll let you know if I get a third one, y'all. Till next time, this is G-Man Fishing, and we are out.